leads to the game not really being able to handle it, and it compensates for that by lowering the frames per second players get. On PC, this is certainly noticeable, and it will definitely get players killed from time to time, but it doesn't even seem to compare to what console players have. The FPS that you're getting at this point in the match, honestly, it makes it seem more like you're playing Minecraft or going through one of those paper flip books where if you flip through it really fast, an image basically starts to move across the page. I'm not exaggerating when I say that in a lot of these endgame scrim scenarios, the game is simply borderline unplayable on any kind of console. There's a reason why for the Winter Royale qualifiers, out of the 200 total players who qualified for the event, I believe one played on console. It's funny because Epic always tries to preach that all the Fortnite platforms are on a totally even playing field. Well, if that's true, why did all of console Fortnite combined make up 0.5% of qualifying players, while PC made up 99.5% of qualifying players? There was a somewhat decent amount of controller on PC players qualified, but only one controller on console players. But even if you don't play in any kind of scrims, pop-up cups, or qualifier events with stacked endgames, you're still bound to run into a variety of console performance. Hitches, lag spikes, freezes, random frame rate drops out of nowhere. I'm sure that kind of stuff also does happen on PC, but it's on a way less consistent basis. It doesn't matter if you have a regular PS4/Xbox, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, or any other model, you're bound to run into these problems on a fairly consistent basis. There's a reason why someone like Nick Merckx, who always played on console, was forced to play one LAN tournament with controller on PC, came back home and said he could never play on console again after that. Now, here's what's interesting about this problem. Many really smart people believe that it could be fixed at least to some degree, or at the very least improved, by allowing players to play on lower graphical settings. This is something that's possible on PC Fortnite and is also possible on other console games as well. An example that I saw someone bring up was the game Forza Horizon 4. On Xbox, there's a setting in that game called Performance Mode, which, when enabled, lowers the overall quality of the graphics, but allows you to play versus the standard 30 FPS that the game usually gets. If a setting like that can make a different game get an extra 30 FPS, that something similar on Fortnite could make the game less glitchy and at the very least feel a bit smoother. And it doesn't even need to be as crazy as entirely new quality. We're in Season 7 of Fortnite, and console players still don't have the option to turn off specific graphic enhancements such as shadows and motion blur. It just doesn't make a ton of sense to me that guys who play on a $3,000 PC can lower their Fortnite graphic settings, but people playing on console who are way more likely to need lower graphic settings can't. The next thing I want to dive into are the custom bindings for Fortnite controller players. Epic really did an incredible job when adding this feature into the game, and by doing such a good job, they almost entirely level the playing field between keyboard binds and controller binds as much as humanly possible. The only major binding problem that still remains is the lack of ability to custom bind our inventory slots. Right now, I believe that every button layout for controller Fortnite except standard uses the bumpers to switch inventory. So, barring any unusual binds that you guys may have, on PS4, that will be your L1 and R1 buttons, and on Xbox, it's RB and LB. On PC, however, players are able to bind their inventory slots to whichever buttons they would like. And even though I'm definitely not an expert on keyboard binds specifically, I believe that the most common way players bind their inventory slots is by binding them to the number keys. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a pretty considerable advantage over the way it's done on console for two main reasons. First off, speed. When each inventory slot is bound to a specific button, you are able to go immediately from one slot to another, no matter how far apart they are in your inventory. So let's say you're dealing with a med kit in slot 4, and an enemy suddenly comes out of nowhere and jumps into your 1x1. With the press of one button, you can go from using that med kit in slot 4 to having your pump shotgun in your hand, which is in slot 2. With the controller, however, that same action would instead take multiple button presses. If you have enough presence of mind in that situation, you use L1/LB, which is 2 button presses, going from slot 4 to slot 3 to slot 2. However, in my experience, a lot of players will just use R1/RB in that situation, so it takes them 3 button presses, going from slot 4 to slot 5 to slot 1, and then finally to slot 2. That may not seem like a big deal, but especially in close range fights where this is most critical, those 2 extra button presses are going to be the difference between you or your enemy getting that pump shot off first in a lot of cases. And the second reason why this is important is because of consistency. If you know every time that slot 4 is the 4 button on your keyboard, you're going to be able to build muscle memory that allows you to navigate your inventory without looking at it or even thinking while doing it. This is especially important in chaotic situations where you don't have the time to just sit still for 3 seconds and rearrange your inventory. Everyone on console is so used to setting up their inventory in a very specific way that when you're stuck in a situation where your inventory is something crazy like shotgun, rocket launcher, healing, AR healing, it becomes really difficult to actually navigate it. I actually found a really interesting picture online which offers a potential solution to exactly this issue. As you can see, it proposes binding each inventory slot to some combination of L1/LB and R1/RB. In this example, slot 1 is pressing L1, slot 2 is double tapping L1, slot 3 is double tapping R1, slot 4 is pressing R1, and slot 5 is pressing R1 and L1 at the same time. This wouldn't totally fix the speed of switching problem because certain slots would still take 2 clicks to switch to. However, it does fix the consistency issue, which is a big deal. And I'll admit, this probably isn't the perfect solution, but it's just one example of how the current system could be improved. And one last thing I just want to quickly tack on at the end of this video is the sound problem in Fortnite. I'll keep it really short because this isn't a problem that's exclusive to console/controller players, but apparently the sound quality of the game is worse on console, so it probably is a bigger issue on there anyway. But I'll give Fortnite props because they really have tried to fix this problem multiple times now. However, it still is a major weakness of the game. Footsteps are way too unreliable to be tracked even with a great headset, and so many items/weapons just have super odd sound levels. Some things like planes and zombies are way too loud, while an item like balloons are totally silent most of the time. It's really weird, and any kind of improvement would be a huge positive for Fortnite as a whole. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. I want to know, when you play Fortnite, are you a console player, mouse and keyboard on PC player, or controller on PC player? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.
Hey guys, Anthem is not long away and the hype is building. In this video, I'll be covering over 50 facts about Anthem. So if you didn't know something or